Hey there, everybody. Getting us tactical here, doing a quick review for you of the Kershaw Hawk G10. This is an amazing mini EDC blade, is what I would call it because it's just so thin. And I'll give you some quick specs and we'll talk about it here. We got a total length of 7 inches. We got a 3-inch blade, and we have a 4-inch handle. G10 scales. We have a pocket clip, one position. Tip up, which I love. You have the steel made out of 8CR13 MOV, made in China. Hollow grind. And you have a weight of, you ready folks? 1.8 ounces. 1.8 ounces for this particular little pocket knife. So those are just the kind of basic specs for you. We'll go to blade. I love this blade. And I believe that this particular model is discontinued. I know that they are still pretty accessible, but I don't think that this is on their website any longer, and I don't think Kershaw is making any more of these. But yeah, like I said, a 3-inch blade made out of Chinese steel, very good budget steel, satin finish, Kershaw on one side, very small lettering, but it has the type of steel made in China on that side. Thumb stud actuation, the hollow grind, and this is just such a great design. I love it that this actually has a little bit of a stronger tip than even some of the other knives that we reviewed lately by Kershaw. So great tip there, very nice and strong, but can pierce very well. Nice thick blade, but very thin. You can see that. I mean, it's like as thick as my index finger, basically. Very thin blade, but with plenty of belly. This is just an amazing slicer and dicer. I've used it and carried it for a little while now, and I am so impressed with this little blade here, 3-inch pocket knife. It just slices open packaging effortlessly. You know, you can just, oh man, just slice and dice so easily. Great edge on there, very sharp out of the box, very sharp and very easy to pierce as well. So the blade itself is awesome design. I just love it. It's great. Again, just so thin. It's thinner than my thumb. It's just very thin. On to the actuation. We have, like I said, a thumb stud, which is very large, nice. When you close it in, you can see it's very close to the G10, but it does stick up above the G10, if you can see there. And the one thing I will say is that this is not the easiest to engage if you don't know what you're doing. You kind of figure out the exact way and angle you're supposed to flip it. You just can't grab it and flip it out. See, I'm trying, and you're just going to slip right off. You kind of have to go straight up, and then it whips right out. I don't even have to flick my wrist at all. I mean, it's so fast. Once you get the right angle on it, boom, it flips right out. You just have to flick your thumb out there. It is chewing up my thumb pretty good. You can see there. I've just been playing with it while I've been watching TV and stuff, and it definitely chews up your finger there. But boom, whips out so fast. I'd say faster than Open Assist, their speed safe system, when you do that. And this is a manual. This is totally manual. But it is a little goofy, and I gave it to 2 people, and they had to play with it for a couple minutes before they could figure out how to open it properly, and they're just having a hard time with it. So, I mean, it is close to the G10. It doesn't necessarily have the greatest purchase there, you know, but if you play with it for a little while and you find it, it's very easy to open, just like that. We have a brass and a Teflon washer, one on either side. Brass on one, Teflon on the other. So it's going to last a long time. Great lockup, totally centered there on the back of the blade there. Relatively strong. Again, this is a very small, thin EDC blade, so this isn't super thick, but it hits right in the center. Slight blade play left or right, but you can just tighten that up if you wanted to, but none up and down. I mean, the lockup is fine, particularly for this thin and small a blade. I'm not worried about it at all collapsing on me. Move it right out of the way, boom. And there's this 2-stage, see, it stops right there, and there's kind of a little bit of a joint, and then there's another one there. So there's no, I mean, this isn't going to flip out in your pocket or anything like that. And again, just super easy to open. And I love that. So onto the handle scales, G10 with, what's it called? Skeletonized liners. Are you crazy? See, that's see-through, so they skeletonize it. And again, 1.8 ounces. You can't even feel this in your pocket. If you put it, you know, put it in your pack, in your work bag, in a purse, whatever, you're not even going to feel this pocket knife because it's so light. But G10 handles feels great. I wear large size gloves, And I mean, it's thin. Don't get me wrong, it's thin, but I actually have really good grip on this particular knife. You can see it's sticking out from the end of my pinky. My finger's kind of in this choil right here. And the lockup is just fine for everyday tasks. Again, this is by no means a tactical blade. This is purely EDC. You're not going to be fighting with it or anything like that, or even like stabbing hard certain things. You're just not going to do that. But for just everyday tasks, cutting open packaging, cut maybe some food prep, that type of stuff, this is an amazing little pocket knife. So the handles are great, good texture on the G10, not crazy aggressive. Finally, for the pocket clip, whoosh, on the other side. Super long pocket clip. Now it is tip up. Tip up, which is the way I love to carry it, with a nice big lanyard hole too. I forgot to mention that. You can definitely get paracord through there. But a huge long pocket clip. Rides on the G10, very strong, not going to bend or break. See, I'm really having to work on that. This is the thing though. I'm going to try and get this in here for you. That's where it stops. See how much is sticking up above? I mean, that's a lot of stuff. Now, it makes it very easy to grab your finger, but that sticks up very high in your pocket. So just know that it's a very high ride in your pocket. So that's kind of the only downside, and it is just such a huge pocket clip. People are going to see this knife. Not that, I mean, I don't care, but I know some people do. But I would definitely consider this an EDC knife for gentlemen, for a girlfriend, something like that. Just a really quick comparison. I know the Kershaw Chill is very compatible with it, same steel, same design. You can see that they are very similar, the Kershaw Chill and the Kershaw Hawk. This thing is just a little lighter, and I actually like the blade shape of the Hawk a little bit better than the Kershaw Chill. So there's just a quick demonstration there for you. So again, guys, this is the in-depth review. I may do a rapid review. I may not need it, but this is the Kershaw Hawk. I love it. I bought it to put in my little EDC bag, just as a backup knife that I wouldn't even know is there, because it's like the size of like a mini Sharpie almost when it's folded up. It's as thick as a Sharpie right there, and it's a little bit shorter than a Sharpie. So I mean, it's a small little knife, but great. I love it. Hopefully this helps you guys out. Thanks for watching. Stay equipped, stay prepared, and I'll see you out there.